What's up, everyone? How you doing? It's Garrett Wilson with BetLeveling on the BL Show, and we're back for Monday Night Football. This one's going to be exciting. Jalen Hurts and the 8-4 Eagles take on Justin Herbert and the 8-4 Chargers. The Chargers look to stay atop the AFC wildcard race, while the Eagles essentially look to close out the NFC East with that Cowboys loss on Thursday. Speaking of which, before we talk injuries, let's get into the plays from Thursday night. Let me get that pulled up. All right, so tough Thursday night, did not go our way. I feel like we had good plays outside of the Cowboys plus 3.5, and they just didn't fall our way. You see a lot of them missed by one. Cowboys plus 3.5, obviously, terrible bet. The over did cash for us and by a lot. Whether you took it at the 52.5, the 53.5, or the 54.5, it was well over. Dak Prescott just couldn't find a rhythm. He did throw for a touchdown. Thought he might have got one towards the end in garbage time. Didn't get it. So that missed by one. Jameson Williams almost had a touchdown on that run. He missed by a yard. He just stepped out. So, bad beat there. And then George Pickens, obviously, he got 5. He missed by 1. I feel like the read was good. It just didn't cash. He had a few drops, few balls where he didn't come back to it. People calling him out for being lazy. I don't think he was, lazy personally. I mean, I'm I think that, sometimes you just get double covered. You can't do much. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like he should have got it. Just didn't fall our way. But yeah, let's go into the injury report. Here we go. Not too many injuries for the Eagles. However, some key players are out. Offensive tackle Lane Johnson and defensive tackle Jalen Carter. So the rest of the team is going to have to pick up the slack on the in the trenches. For the Chargers, Justin Herbert was limited all week after he underwent surgery for his non-dominant hand. It shouldn't affect them too much, and Amarian Hampton will be back in the lineup, so that'll take a load off of him as well, which actually leads me into my key matchup, which is going to be Philly's D-line against the Chargers O-line to see if they can protect Herbert and keep him comfortable in the pocket, give him some time, and obviously keeping him off the ground as much as possible to prevent re-injuring that hand. Yeah. But with that said, let me pull up outliers. We'll break down some plays. All right. Here we go. So Philly sitting at minus 125. Also minus 1.5 for the spread. This actually opened at minus 3 and has since dropped, probably due to a couple of those injuries. The over sitting at 42.5, opened at 43.5. This stayed pretty consistent for the line movement. Yeah, I do like Philly minus 1.5. I think with the Cowboys losing on Thursday, the Eagles sitting at 8-4, the Cowboys at 6-1. The Eagles knowing that if they win this game, they move to 9-4, and they're up 3 games on the Cowboys with 4 games left remaining. I think they know that if they get this done, they win the division, and the Cowboys are gonna be left out of the playoffs. Let's also take a look at, I think there's a good insight here. The Philadelphia Eagles are 9-3, 75% against the spread in their last 12 games on the road. That minus 1.5. I saw it earlier, at 2.5 in the week, and I still liked the 2.5. So I am absolutely hammering the 1.5. Let's take a look at where the money is on the public betting. 73% of the money on the Eagles. So it is trending towards them, but I do still like the Eagles in this position. I think that they have fallen victim to a couple, bad turnovers in the past 3 games. They've dropped some, but I think they get back on a roll towards the end of the season, leading into the playoffs. I think they get this one done. Let's talk about some player props now. So Here we go. First one I'm going to look for, I think, is Saquon Barkley, his rushing and receiving. I actually think that while the Eagles get it done in this game, I think that Saquon has not been that great all year long. So I think that I'm going to take his under on the rushing and receiving yards right here. Earlier, it was at 91.5. So if you can take it at 91.5, if you can find that, I would take that. I'm still taking the under 90.5. He's not been all good. He's not been good all year long. The opponent rank, if you look at this, second. So the Chargers are good at stopping running backs for rushing and receiving yards. And this is not cashed, again, like you saw in 80% of games in the last 10. Head-to-head doesn't really matter. 75% on the season as well. So I do like that prop. I'm taking his under. Second prop we go to is actually going to be Keenan Allen, if I can find that. Keenan Allen over on the receiving yards. This dude has been an absolute monster this year. Let's see. There's his first quarter receptions. His receptions. Keenan Allen. Let's actually just filter on players. Keenan Allen. Show results. 35. So it was at 34.5. If you can get it at 34.5, I would take that. I'm still taking it at 35. You can see it's cashing 70% of the last 10. Target share, he is sitting at 22.9%. He leads the team over Ladd McConkey, who's close behind. But I still think that Keenan Allen is the number one right now for Los Angeles. I also think that with Justin Herbert being more comfortable with him, knowing him for longer, I think that he's going to default back to him, especially with the injury. And he's going to be a security blanket in this game. Last prop that we're going to look at, I think, is going to be Brown over receptions. This guy, since the whole, debacle with him saying, yeah, let me get my yards, this, that. I don't really know what happened, but I think he's been on a roll in the past couple weeks, regardless of the Eagles not doing good. So give me Brown to get receptions in this game. I'm going to take the over 4.5, I believe it is. Yeah, over 4.5 receptions right here. You can see this is cash in 70% of the last 10. Last 5, 60%. Last 3, he's got it. Like, since that week where he was basically like, let me get mine. This has gone over by 3, 4, 6. I think he gets this. That being said, though, the props, these are the props I'm rolling with. These will be pinned down in the comments. My best bet is still going to be Philly minus 1.5. I'm absolutely nuking that. And then these props will probably be a 1-unit play on each of them. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like I said, all plays will be pinned in the comments. Make sure you do your drop your own favorite plays as well. If you enjoyed the content, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Links to our social and free Discord will be in the description. Let's cash. See ya.